Welcome back to Yoshi Entertainment, everybody. So as everybody knows, day 2 trial of the case has gone down, and there isn't a whole lot, to be honest, that has come out that we didn't already know. Like I said in the previous video, everybody already knew that she was shot, and all of those people, the rappers, the people in the black community who mocked her and laughed at her and made fun of her for what happened to her, they should be ashamed of themselves, and they really owe her an apology. Again, I'll say, but again, also I'll say, it's probably not going to happen because a lot of people in the black community likes to avoid the right thing to do, like apologizing and taking accountability like the plague. But anyways, anybody with eyes and a brain in between could tell she was sleeping with Tory Lanez. I hate to put it that way. Now, what I personally found obnoxious for whatever reason was people justifying her lying about her involvement with Tory Lanez. Now, a lot of people were saying, what does that have to do with anything? Maybe she didn't want people to know. Maybe she was embarrassed by it. One could say if the thought of being tied to somebody sexually was that embarrassing to her to begin with, then she shouldn't have slept with him to begin with. But I'm not going to say that. Other people were saying, well, her sex life is nobody's business. It's her business. And in any other situation, I would agree with you wholeheartedly. But unfortunately, because she's involved with this case, that information, it's not just her business. That was crucial details that she needed to be truthful about to, one, not ruin her credibility, and two, in order to help her with the case. I get it. She wanted to save face. She didn't want anybody to know that she had slept with him, but she actually did more damage by lying about it, which is why I said in my previous video that that video with Gayle King was not the smartest thing to do, but she did more damage by lying about it than she would have done by just being truthful. And in any case, when these kind of court cases go on, whatever you're lying about, trust and believe, like I said before, it's going to come out in court. So the best thing you can just do is be mature about it, come to grips with it, and tell the full truth so they don't end up digging it up and throwing it in your face anyways during the court case and making it worse. On top of that, she did remind us why she wasn't truthful to begin with about naming Tory Lanez as a person who shot her, because she was on some, like I said, ride or die stuff. And it kind of made me angry the way the courts and the lawyers were, I guess, retelling what she said, talking about, oh, well, in our community, we don't do X, Y, Z, and we don't this, and we don't that, which is why I said in the previous video, the whole ride or die mentality needs to die. We don't ever make it on the ride or die. We always crash and burn. We need to take that mentality and throw it in the trash where it needs to stay. She tried to protect him on some ride or die. This is what we do in the community type stuff. And the community as a whole repaid her by mocking her and disparaging her and saying that she didn't go through what she could have died from. On top of that, she's dealing with the stress of this court case, having all her business being splooshed all in the internet and all in court, and her friendship with Kelsey no longer what it should be because of all the stuff that's happened. All on top of still being disrespected and mocked throughout this entire trial. And she has fallen to such a low point because of all of this. She even said, allegedly in court, and I can't repeat exactly what she said because I'm not trying to get a YouTube strike, that she wished that she wouldn't have, so to speak, made it out of the situation at all because she didn't know she was going to have to go through all of this hell, basically. It's really actually quite sad, and it sends a very negative message to black women, which is, if anything happens to you, don't nobody care, don't say nothing about it, be a ride or die, go down in flames with it, don't say nothing about it, cover for the people who hurt you, and if you try to say something about it, we're going to mock you until you feel like you shouldn't have said nothing about it. Or at least that's what this case is giving. And quite frankly, I think Meg Thee Stallion should take the opposite attitude. They tried to shut her up. They tried to make her look stupid after what happened to her. Y'all, like I told y'all, she could have died. She needs to keep her head up, and that same energy that they came at her, like I said, mocking her and disparaging her, trying to tell her what she did and didn't go through, she needs to use that same energy and stay in their faces and remind them what happened to her, that she's not going to shut up, that they can't shut her down, and that they were loud, wrong, and stupid for what they did. And all black women as a whole, what we need to take away from this case, again, I'm going to say it again, bury the ride or die. Just bury it. Bury it. And stop covering for people in their wrongs just because they're within the community. That's how people like R. Kelly got away with what he got away with for so long. Get rid of the ride or die mentality and stop covering for people just because they're within the community, because it don't get us nowhere but further messed up. Protect your safety and your sanity and your life first. But anyways, y'all let me know how y'all feel and what y'all think down in the comments below.